Oh, hello everybody. Yeah, hello everybody. This is a day that I didn't think would come for a while, but there's been very changes in my financial future. Well, there's a few changes coming in my foreseeable financial future, and I decided to take advantage of that, and I decided to upgrade this little phone here. It's a white iPhone SE2, the second version. This is turning out to be a mess. Lots of jump cuts. Hope you like it. And here it comes. This beast. Get that out of the way. So I'm upgrading to a 14 Pro. Yeah. Didn't think that will happen anytime soon, but as I mentioned, some changes are happening. So yeah, this is mainly because I went to the EE shop. I'm currently customer with them. Things may be changing in the future, I'm not sure. And I quizzed them thoroughly about the costs, and turns out it's just within my budget, so decided to get this. While I was in Leeds yesterday, where I finalised the deal, I went across to, well, rather, I asked the chaps in store, the lady that was dealing with them rather, if they did MagSafe chargers for these things, because apparently you can charge this wirelessly, and they said no, they don't sell them. Apparently they're not allowed to, which is odd. Anyway, I went round to, because there is an Apple store there, and I knew they had them, I'd seen them already, but I also went round to the PC World Currys, and they sell them as well, but they charge £49 for them. The Apple store charges £45 for them. Never thought I'd say that, you know, an Apple product cheaper in the Apple store. So what can you do? I also bought these things, a little case for it. This just arrived on Amazon. I generally tend to buy the cheapest I can get away with, because they do the same job as the very expensive Apple products. This cost me about £10. It's a case and a glass front protector thing, so hopefully that should come in handy. I'll in fact I'll open this up while I'm here. Let's take a look at what's in this box. Move you to the side for a moment. So this is from by Goodvish store, via Amazon in my case, and let's see what we get. Screen protector accessories, it says there. That's the case itself. You can see this phone is really bigger than I'm used to. And yeah, the screen protector is in here. So there's two. There's two protectors. Should be just right. And this is pretty decent. It's actually all felty in the middle there. Or not felt, but it's all soft and woolly anyway. I should keep the phone clean. Because whether the MagSafe charger will work through this, we'll find out eventually, I guess. Anyway, that's that. Put that away for the time being. There's also some stickers. Yeah, so you know, if you want a couple of cat stickers, any use to you? Actually, I know somebody who might like them, so whether she'll be impressed is another thing entirely. Instruction manual and a thank you card. So put that with them. While we're here, let's take a look at the MagSafe charger. So this will be the first time I've ever used one of these. I don't know if I don't think this one. I don't think this had that capability. So and of course, being an Apple product, it has its own idiosyncrasies. So yeah, pull that. There you go. So I'm expecting exactly what I see in the box, you know, a little metal thing with a cable. Designed by Apple in California. Some bits of paperwork and the item itself. Interesting enough, it plugs into a USB-C connector, so it's got a USB-C. It's got a USB-C connector instead, so that is interesting. Well, I'll leave it in here for the time being and take it out and use it when the time comes, which hopefully should be in a few minutes' time. What else is there? More bits of paper in here. So yes, a tiny booklet here, warranty summary in multiple languages. I think all these bits of paper are, oh, that's safety handling, and that's a regulatory compliance information. So there you go. This little thing, I'll put that in there. Nicely packaged, at least. Okay then, so the main. Let's take a look at what's inside this box. Hopefully it'll be a black iPhone. What do you call it? Space black. So yeah, start tearing bits apart. And then yeah. And there it is. Lovely space black. So of course I'm going to have to get used to face recognition, because I've been using fingertip recognition. So what do we have here? Big cameras on the back. So hopefully she'll get a decent selfie. Oh, and a camera on the front, of course. Hopefully she'll get a decent selfie is what I was going to say, but yeah. So already I'm getting fingerprints all over this thing. What else is in here? That's pretty good. What else is in here? That pointy thing. For removing the SIM card tray. A sticker. That's the one. You thought with the phone it's expensive, they'd have at least two, but what can you do, man? Put these back where they belong. So chances are those are going to stay there. This is going to get used, I guess. That's your power lead. So yeah, time to turn it on, I think. How do you do that? Before I do that, basically what's going to happen is I'm going to be swapping from this thing to this thing. So hopefully at the end of the day, this will have the same image as this one. Basically me. Because how else am I going to know whose phone it is? What power button? Or do you have to charge it first? Oh, Apple. Okay, then let's see what happens now. The one thing that bothers me about this phone is a camera bump. See how it sticks out so far. Okay, so the battery is fairly good, and it's talking to me. Oh, it's showing images in different languages. So, how do I do now? English. Select your region, select your country or region. Okay then, right then. I'm going to do all this setting up stuff and so on, and then I shall I might get back to you, but if I don't, then well, this is just me making a little video showing off my latest piece of technology. It's been a long time coming. I did debate to myself if I should wait until the 15 comes out and get that instead, because of seen somebody having a look at a prototype of it, and they said that for them at least the 15 was physically slightly better to hold than this thing. So don't know what difference that really makes. It's a bit heavier than my old one, but yeah, anyway, quite happy to be upgrading to this thing, so I shall say goodbye for now, and you know, take care everybody, and do all those fancy YouTube things, you know, like, subscribe, all that stuff, and take care everybody. Okay, so that's something I wasn't quite expecting. Anyway, so it's been dormant for a little while and started doing that now. So yeah, basically it's a software update. So the other phone is telling you what's going on, waiting for software update. It's been like this for about 10 minutes now. So while it's doing that, I may put the protector on. What do we have here? Alright, so I'll go do that. Alright then. So first thing, alcohol pad. Go on, you can see that, can't you? No, you can't. Alcohol pad and wipe to remove fingerprints. Go on, get out. There you go. So naturally, it appears to have alcohol in it as well. So that's. Oop, it's done. So while it's saying hello and all that, I shall remove the wet. I can feel it's hot. Back, so it goes on that way. I guess somewhere where I can see what I'm doing. Come on. We get it nicely aligned. Ooh, that's interesting. So it's not perfectly square. Oh, well, it's covering up all the visible, all the LED part of the thing, and it is just not quite properly aligned, but it's aligned enough. So. Time to enter the passcode and get some work done. Okay, so preparing to transfer. As a model maker, I think I want to keep this little cloth because it's going to be going handy for cleaning parts as a model, and for cleaning parts in model making. I'm going to put the case. I'm going to put it in the case again. This time I'm going to, well, hopefully leave it there. Switch to the side. Ooh, that was unexpected. The dynamic island changed when I flicked the switch. Let's try that again. Ring. Silent. So this case is big enough for a $5, so it's coming the I'd like to have an emergency actual currency on me just in case. Yeah, you never know. Let's get it in here. Tight fit. So the camera is nice and visible there. Got 26 minutes to go, so I'll let that carry on carrying on. Hello everybody. So first proper video test with the 14, and so this is the selfie camera, so I can see what I'm doing. I can see myself. Is it anti-shaking? I don't know. There's no microphone attached, so I'm just using the camera's inbuilt, the phone's inbuilt mics. And, so I'm out for a walk, just testing out the cameras, seeing just how good they are, comparing them with the my other camera, one of my other cameras, this little thing. So we'll see which gives it better pictures. I'm fairly certain that it'll be very difficult to see the difference, but we'll find out. So hello everybody, it is a week. It's Wednesday now, so it's a week since I got this new iPhone 14, and it's been so yeah, so it's been a week since I got this new iPhone 14 Pro, and just thought I'd finish up this video telling you about my first week's experience of it. How's it been? Well, it's been yeah. So how's it been? It's been pretty good. So far, no complaints at all. It's more intuitive than I expected it to be, certainly than the previous one. It's got to the point where I don't need to, because it uses Face ID to log me into, well, virtually everything. Once you do the first login into the phone, into various apps that I use on a regular basis, it just sees my face and logs me in automatically. No issues at all. The closest thing to an annoyance I've got with it is that it keeps telling me to set up Siri, and I don't want to set up Siri, at least not yet, because I'm not exactly sure what Siri does or what it's for. Well, no, I know roughly what it's for. It allows you to talk to the phone and ask it questions instead of actually pressing buttons and entering stuff into the phone with your fingers or something like that. But I'm more concerned with what it's doing when I'm not using it, because for it to work, it needs to be listening to you constantly. So it's always listening, and it doesn't feel good to me. That doesn't sit well with me. So yeah, if there's a way to turn Siri off so that it's only active and listening when I turn it on, then that may be a thing to do. I suppose I need to go through the phone and find out exactly how that works, but that's that. that's something for later. But if you know how all that works, you know, let me know. Have a look. Other things, I've got a case for it. Right now I've got this particular dark blue silicone case. It's the first one I got, and while it's and it came with, as you saw before, it came with the glass cover, so the screen, so the phone with it. And so with this blue silicone thing, the phone is protected. But the issue is, the problem with this particular case is that it is very non-slip. So when I try to put it in my pocket, it's you know, it sort of sticks to the side and it won't go in. That when it finally gets in, trying to get it out, you're fighting with it to remove it, which I suppose in a long case means that it's unlikely to fall out, to slip out your pocket. Change hands. So it's unlikely to fall out or slip out your pocket. But it's more of a annoyance than anything else. And because it's quite thick, it means that the magnet device I got for it doesn't magnetize to the body of the phone, because the gap is a bit too much for it to do it properly. It sticks very weakly, but yeah, it's still able to charge through it though. So what I did was I bought a second case that was MagSafe compatible. But I didn't particularly like this case because for a start, it's got this bright yellow buttons on the side that looks silly to me. Looks like some sort of how can I put it? Somebody tried to make it look interesting by putting these buttons on, and they can be easily removed, which leaves you with no buttons to press, so they look a bit silly. So I ended up getting another one that was okay, but for some reason that it worked perfectly fine with the MagSafe, no problem there. Where I had problems with was that it had this hard, sharp edge, so every time I was holding the phone, it felt like it was digging into my fingers and it was uncomfortable to hold. So yeah, so that was a no-go. So basically I spent about £25 on cases, and I've only had it a week. Then these cases are fairly cheap off eBay or Amazon, but cheaper off eBay, looking at £5-6 for a half decent one. And I chose that instead of the Apple one because, well, the Apple certified one is £45, and I don't think it's going to last that much longer than the £5 one I bought. This, you know, for £5 I can buy a dozen different coloured ones. So yeah, change them every other day, and yeah, so there's that. So final thoughts, iPhone 14 Pro, is it worth your while? If you haven't got a 14 Pro, if you've got a 13 Pro, then I don't know if it's that much different between that. But if you've got any previous iPhone, 12 or below, I had an SE before I got this one, then it may be worth your while upgrading to this. And the cameras are pretty insane, because you've got super wide, and you know, all the different focal lengths available at the touch of a button. How it compares, I haven't fully tested how it compares with the proper camera that I've got, but you know, I still believe that the proper camera is still better for photographs anyway than this is. Video, well, judge for yourself on that matter. As for the phone itself, yeah, worthwhile. And I think for the first time in a long time, I actually made the best decision in getting the 14 Pro. Because from what I've been hearing about the upcoming 15 Pro, which I believe will be hitting the shelves sometime in the autumn, it's not that much of an improvement over this phone. The only real difference I can see is that it uses the USB-C connector instead of the Apple's proprietary, what do you call it, Thunderbolt little thing. I can't remember what it's called, but I'll put it down here. Read it. So there's that. So yeah, iPhone 14 Pro, pretty good. Hopefully, as Apple do, they're going to be supporting it for the next half a decade at least. So hopefully, assuming they don't break it, I should be good for quite a while. And the battery life is very good as well. With my previous phone, the usual daily use, the iPhone SE, because I'd have what's the rubber number? Let's see if I can get it in. Zoom. Where is it? Can't see it. There it goes. Anyway, so I was talking about battery life. So the battery life of this phone is so much better than the previous one. With my usual daily use, with the SE, it will be complaining of 20%, 10% battery at about midday, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock or so at the latest. With this one, a whole day's use, and it's by midnight of that same day, it's still at around 20%, 30%. So one charge is good for one day, or if I don't play around with YouTube all day, I reckon I could go for 2 days with this thing without a full charge. So there's an upside. Anyway, I'm also using this little microphone instead of the camera's built-in mics, and hopefully it's not going to mess me up. So anyway, that's my thoughts on this new iPhone 14 Pro, new to me. If you have one of these things, let me know what your thoughts, and if you think I should be using a different phone, then let me know as well. And anyway, thanks for watching, and have a good day everybody. Take care.